thought I saw your city. I know someone was from New Orleans. Chris said she'd be stateside in a heartbeat. All right. Now, Madi, are you a man or a woman? Are you male or female? Okay, Princess Nicole's from Jersey. Okay. Oh, Young Suave is in New Orleans. That's right. All right. And yeah, dude, I gotta go to the Essence Festival. I still haven't been there, man. I know the Essence Festival's on point. Oh, okay. Madi's a homie. Now, Madi, where are you from? Okay, DC area. All right, cool. All right. So Phil says, what's the best out of town festival to go to? Like Bike Week, Daytona, Caravana. It depends on what you want. First of all, you should stay within budget. So especially nowadays, you don't want to just be, just going off. Like if you're in California, it might not make a lot of sense to go all the way to Toronto if you only got about $50. So, but yeah, like Young Suave said, I recommend Caravana only because, even Cancun, for spring break. Or even if you don't go for spring break, you can go, kind of during the off season because you always have people doing. All right, so Taz is signing off. So all right, player, peace, man. Get your sleep, man. And by the way, everybody check out Taz's new website, sityourassdown.com. You can also check him out at tazdaddy.com. He is the other half of the Make It Happen tour. He also has a show at this time, so 9 p.m. weeknights. This is a special flash stream, but 9 p.m. weeknights. TazDaddy.com, so you can check him out. Very, very good show. Very cool peoples. Check him out. Flyness endorsed right there. All right, so, but yeah, Caravana is cool. And Cancun is cool because you have a lot of people who come from all over the world to converge at these events. Whenever you have events that attract a worldwide audience versus a local audience, it steps up the game because you really can. It's almost like you get the benefit of traveling all over the world with only going to one place. So that's what I learned the most. Even when I was just up in Canada, there were people there from Ethiopia. There were people there from England. There were people there from Australia. There were people there from all over the place. And from Canada, they don't have the restrictions on flying in and out of Cuba as well. So there are Cubans up there. There are all kinds of people. So it's really cool. It's really, really cool. So yeah, I recommend Caravana. But I haven't been to Mardi Gras yet. But yeah, man, and I know I even heard some good things about Carnival in Trinidad. So, these are all places that I plan to hit up. Um, let's see. So, how would I advise young players who want a vacation mat? So, such as college freshmen. All right. So, yes. Oh yeah. By the way, it's a new school season. So, who's in school? And speaking of which, up on flynesspublishing.com. All right, I see you, Nicole. Nicole, now how old are you? Let me make sure you're of age. Hopefully that 11 is not your age, Nicole. I should have asked that first. Okay, Nicole's 19. All right, cool. So Nicole, let me see. So Nicole, do you have a dude, Nicole? Now Nicole, how do you look, by the way? How do you describe your appearance, Nicole? Like, how tall are you? Linus, what do you say to women who think it's creepy for men to holler at women on MySpace and Facebook? Well, first of all, it depends. Now, if they're telling you that online, see, J Rock, this is the issue, man. As you know, nowadays everybody has a Facebook page. And for any woman, you don't even really have to be attractive to get attention, but especially if you're attractive, especially if you have good features or whatever, women are getting hollered at not just every day, but multiple times a day on Facebook, all that stuff. What's going on, Smooth Brother? I see you, man. So everybody's online. Everybody's online. So for women to say it's creepy to holler, you know what I mean? You McKell them. You know what I'm saying? So basically, and I showed a clip earlier for those of you who just joined the room. But you're gonna want to go ahead and just answer it in a sly way. Say, you know what? Everybody's online. I do my thing. You keep it moving. If they think it's creepy, whatever. For the most part, if a lot of women are honest with you, they'll admit to the fact that they met someone online. So for instance, this is the kind of logic I've heard. So I remember speaking with a woman not too long ago, and she was on some, well, nah, meeting women online is meeting men online is kind of creepy. I don't really do it. Finding, using the internet to date is crazy. And I asked her, I said, and this is through Twitter. So those of you guys who follow me on Twitter, I'm Flyness on Twitter. One of the women said, hey, it's creepy. Your book seemed cool. You had a good thing on the Dr. Phil show and the Tyra show, but I don't really know if what you're saying makes sense. And I asked her, I said, have you ever met anybody from the internet? She was like, well, yeah, but they were friends. And I'm like, okay, did you date any of these friends? Well, yeah, eventually, but, it really didn't go down like that. And, it wasn't for the purpose of meeting people online. But from that dude's purpose, I bet if we had that dude on the Facebook chat, he'd probably verify some things. He'd probably say, yeah, I spit game and we kicked it at Starbucks and then she came back to my place. That's probably how it went. So, people who say that, yeah, not the business, man. Okay, so I asked I asked Nicole how she looked. Let's see what Nicole said. Nicole said, am tall. So Nicole, like, describe how you look. Like, you're what? You're 5'8", you're 5'4". Are you light skin, brown skin? Are you a Caucasian young lady? Are you Latina? Describe yourself, Nicole. Come with it, son. Yeah, exactly, Phil. So what chick isn't getting hollered at online? Everybody's online, you know? Okay, so Nicole says she's 5'6", I think. That means 5'5". Okay. All right. So now Nicole, now how did you find out about the show? This was through Flyness Models on Facebook. And by the way, what a lot of people are doing, and just like you saw in that McKell video that I showed earlier today, um, a lot of times when I'll meet females out in the club, for instance, I'll get their Facebook too. Like if I give them my number, I might get their Facebook just so I can see how they look. Because a lot of times you can't tell. Like in the club, the lights are dark. There's a lot of makeup and weave going on. There are all kinds of things going on that that might look really deceptive. Now I was at a party the other night, and I'm seeing this more and more. A lot of women who don't have the money to get the booty injections, and there are booty injections definitely, but a lot of the women who don't have the money for that, they're getting butt pads. And I remember a situation. I'm gonna tell you all a quick story. There was a let me see. Before I get into the story, let me see. Okay, so Princess Nicole. Now listen, Princess Nicole, are we friends on Facebook? See, look, Nicole, you wear butt pads? All right, Nicole, this is what you do. Send me a message on my Facebook, and I'll check you out. I'm gonna tell y'all a story about butt pads. All right, now listen. And this is actually the same night I met Joy Daly. And if y'all don't know, Joy Daly, I had an interview with her about a month ago, and I'm actually still trying to track down that damn footage. So, Joy Daly, if you're listening, look, I want my footage. Joy Daly and I had a good interview. I schooled her on the game a little bit, and actually gave her a copy of the Ladies Guide, which she is reading intently, in terms of finding Mr. Right or Mr. Right Now. Of course, available at myspace2myplace.com. But yeah. So yeah, Crystal, I know you got a Facebook. Go ahead and shoot me a message there. But yeah, listen. So this was about a year ago. I went to a P Diddy party. This was, as a matter of fact, this was the same night that that Flex had his lecture here in New York City. And after that lecture, I went to a P Diddy party with a couple of the homies. And we went to this party. It was in New York City. And I remember just kind of chilling in the cut, and it was a thin woman. And I like women. The woman that I tend to date and kick it with tend to be more brown skinned. Not exclusively though. But this woman, she was like maybe 5'9", 5'10", brown skin, real cute, slim, and like her butt. Now I don't have a diagram. I can't draw or anything. But she was shaped like this. She was like this. Like it didn't make any sense. And I'm like, all right, this doesn't look right. But see, I told my homeboys, I'm like, look, she looks good. I'm going to take it upon myself to verify whether this thing was real. Because I knew, like in the back of my mind, I knew it wasn't real, but it looked like it was real. So anyway, so I walk up later on in the night. It wasn't really a dare, so I just walked up to her, just started talking to her, spitting game, and just in terms of, and I could talk about like the club game and all that all day, but basically my whole thing in the club is like, look, I make direct eye contact, I kind of sit back straight, I'm looking like right at her, I'm like zoned, I'm like tuned in, and I'm just spitting. So I'm just getting to know her, and I kind of leave and I come back and whatever. And so at one point, her and I start dancing, which is what I wanted. And so at first, she's just being kind of shy about it. And then, I kind of have my hands on her waist, and then some reggae comes on, my hands go a little bit lower, and this woman had butt pads on, because I could kind of feel I don't know if you call it foam or styrofoam. I don't know what that material is. And yeah, first touch, it could have been real, but I'm like, man, these are butt pads. I was so disappointed. And what I did was I leaned over to her and whispered in her ear. I was like, those are butt pads, aren't they? And she started cracking up. Yeah, team butt pads. Butt pads are a shame. So now women have, not only they have those little inserts in the bra that they call chicken cutlets. So you ever hear a female talk about chicken cutlets? They're talking about little inserts in their bras. But they're also talking about, but females also have butt pads. So, yeah, epic fail, man. So, yeah. So, butt pads, they're a little deceiving. You know what I mean? My thing is like this. Look, if you're a lady, just do some damn squats. Firm up your butt. The butt pads aren't really the business. It's so deceiving, man. Yeah, those booty pop panties, man. Goodness gracious. So what if I want to wear butt pads? It's my choice. It's your choice, Nicole, but now do you have a really small butt, Nicole, or are you just trying to make it look huge? No time for squats.